You survived. But now comes the hardest part. Standing tall after the storm. You've been through intense days. And even if no one noticed, on the outside, on the inside, a lot was torn apart. The fixed cross between Lilith, Mars, the sun, and the moon stirred up everything. Old patterns, frozen emotions, internal clashes. Maybe you couldn't explain it, but you felt it in your body, in your sleep, in your relationships, in those looping thoughts. Now the peak has passed, but the impact lingers. And the question today is no longer, how do I survive? The question is, how do I move forward after being transformed from within? Because the sky has changed. So have you. And what you do now will decide if this change was just another crisis or the beginning of a true, energetic reset. Don't be fooled. The exhaustion you're feeling isn't just physical. It's soul-deep fatigue. You've faced powerful inner forces in the past few days. Lilith exposed your rawest instincts. Mars triggered hidden conflicts. The sun lit up what you were trying to hide, and the moon made it all bleed emotionally. Now the sky shifts tones, but you're still trying to process everything that came to the surface. This phase is like the hangover after an energy storm. You wake up in the wreckage with questions echoing. Where do I go from here? What's left of me? What if I can't handle another crash? And the universe has a simple reply. You don't have to rush, but you do have to stop pretending nothing happened. This pause isn't weakness, it's recalibration. It's the most sacred part of the process. The moment you stop, breathe, and begin to rebuild yourself truthfully. The fixed cross is a cosmic setup that puts pressure on everything rigid, outdated, and resistant to change. And when the planets line up there, like Lilith, Mars, the sun, and the moon just did, the sky sends a brutal message. Either you change, or you'll be forced to. These past few days confronted you with patterns you thought you'd already overcome, reactions that came out of nowhere, dark thoughts you hoped were long gone, situations that dragged you right back to the place you most feared revisiting. But it all had a purpose, to reveal what still holds you prisoner. The fixed cross works like a warped mirror. It doesn't show what you want to see, it shows what you need to face to be free. And as painful as that may be, the good news is the worst is behind you. What comes now is rebuilding. But first, you need to acknowledge what fell. Maybe you're feeling a strange kind of fatigue. It's not just physical, not just emotional, it's both and more. It's like your energy field is sore. In recent days, you've been exposed to internal forces that had been dormant for a long time. Reactions, conversations, memories, and impulses that drained you from the inside out. And now you feel a kind of spiritual hangover. Your body wants rest, but your mind won't stop. Your heart wants relief, but it's still echoing with unresolved things. It's a weird emptiness, like you fought, you won, but now you don't know what to do with the piece that's left. And the most dangerous thing right now is blaming yourself for being tired, thinking you should be lighter, more productive, more clear. But that would mean skipping the most important phase of transformation, integration. Every real healing includes a silent pause, a moment where the new hasn't been born yet, and the old hasn't fully gone. You're in that space right now, and it's sacred. Stay there with compassion. You're not behind, you're under reconstruction. When the hurricane passes, silence remains. And in that silence, the hardest questions arise. What did it all mean? Am I really on the right path? What if I just mess things up even more? This phase is common, but underestimated, because no one talks about the emptiness that follows the breakthrough. about the silence that appears when all your inner certainties collapse. You went through a process of release, and now you're standing in front of a new possibility to start over with more truth or rebuild the old out of fear of getting lost. This is where many people retreat because the discomfort of the new is just as strong as the weight of the old. But it's different. The new is scary because it has no shape yet, and the mind hates what it can't control. But the sky is saying, don't try to define anything right now. Just keep breathing and trusting. The answers will come, not through logic, but through vibration. You've taken important steps in the past few days, faced shadows, said no to things that once held you back, spoke up where you used to stay silent. But now comes the temptation to go back, to repeat, to surrender to what's familiar. And that's not weakness, it's trauma. It's your system trying to protect you from the unknown, trying to drag you back into the comfort zone, even if it no longer fits. This is the post-transformation test. Will you use your new awareness, or will you pretend nothing's changed? The fixed cross was a call to break free, but now the challenge is to sustain the break, to hold the decision, to maintain the new frequency, even when everything tries to pull you back. The key here isn't force, it's consistency. It's remembering every day who you no longer want to be. And if you slip, that's okay. But get up differently, with more presence, more truth, more commitment to your evolution. Because the fear of going back isn't the real problem. The real problem is pretending you can't move forward. If you've tried to get back to your routine and everything feels off, strange, heavy, disconnected, there's a reason you're not the same anymore. What you went through in the past few days has reshaped your internal structure, and now your body and your energy field are trying to catch up. It's like your system is saying, I need time to operate in this new version. This is energetic reconfiguration. You might feel trouble focusing, restless sleep, a sense of misalignment in spaces that used to feel neutral, an urgent need for silence or to shift simple routines. That's your field adjusting to a new frequency. You've shed layers. Now you're more sensitive, more aware, more open, and that's exactly why you need to treat yourself like someone who's just been reborn. Feed yourself with what nourishes, not what numbs. Surround yourself with people who honor your silence, not those who demand your performance. Do less, breathe more. This isn't the time to force clarity. It's time to tend to the soil where your new self is about to grow. One of the hardest feelings after an energetic shift is losing your sense of direction. You feel like you don't belong where you used to, but you still don't know where to go next. And that brings anxiety, doubt, fear that you've gotten lost. But here's a fundamental truth. That feeling of not knowing is a clear sign that something deep is being realigned. It's like your system is telling you, breathe. You've left the wrong road. Now give it time for the new map to appear. During this period, focus less on where you're going and more on how you're getting there. Are you moving with presence, with honesty, with internal alignment? Because more often than not, purpose doesn't show up as a clear answer. It shows up as a frequency. And once you tune into that frequency, the right opportunities, the right people, the right ideas come naturally. So don't try to force vision, forge presence. The rest will follow. Maybe you're being too hard on yourself, trying to get back to normal, wanting to produce, act, decide, understand. But what you went through was deep. It was structural, and no structure rebuilds without time. This is the moment to activate compassion for yourself, but not the soft kind, the strong kind, the kind that sees you're wounded, but also sees that you're healing. Be loyal to your own pace. Be gentle with your mind. Be patient with your body. You're not behind, you're in transition. And transitions aren't measured by productivity, they're measured by presence. So today, breathe a little softer, choose gentler words. Look at yourself with less judgment. You're going through exactly what you needed to, and you're doing way better than you think. After the confrontation, after the pause, after the emptiness, comes the quietest and most powerful moment. The moment you choose not to rush to fill the space, because now you know filling time just to avoid feeling what's inside is a form of self-abandonment. Today you don't need to fill the space. You need to honor it. Honor that emptiness as a seedbed, as the fertile ground that comes after the fire clears it. And this is the beginning of something new, not with fireworks, but with an inner whisper saying, you don't have to go back, you can move forward. The new only arrives when you stop carrying what's already ended. And now, finally, you can let go with awareness. You're no longer the person who entered this process. And maybe you're still getting to know this new version of yourself. But here's what matters most. The pain has passed. What remains now is choice. You can rebuild with truth. You can walk lighter. You can move forward in peace without forcing yourself to run. The sky doesn't want you to return to normal. It wants you to discover a new state of presence. And the only question that matters now is what will you do with this new space inside you? If this video touched something you can't even name yet, but your soul recognized, drop a comment below. I let the silence remake me. That's it. That phrase is already a ritual. And maybe it's the first step of your rebuilding. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button and turn on the bell. Because the sky speaks every week. And here, we listen together. See you in the next one.